Is it actually cheaper to rent in Michigan right now, or are you just throwing money away? For years, the American dream said buy at all costs, but as we head into the 2026 spring market, the math has changed a little bit. Today, I'm gonna break down the raw numbers, the taxes, the appreciation, and the break-even point to show you exactly when buying a home in the Great Lakes state finally beats writing a rent check. And if you're still on the fence, the next 5 minutes will change the way that you look at your bank account. Welcome back. We've seen a massive reset in the housing market over the last year. Between shifting mortgage rules and the stabilization of prices after the 2025 volatility, many Michiganders are asking, is 2026 the year I finally pull the trigger? Today, we aren't talking about emotions. We're looking at the cold, hard financial breakdown. We're gonna compare a standard $2,200 rental in Metro Detroit or Grand Rapids against the cost of owning a $350,000 home. And by the end of this video, you'll know your personal break-even number and why Michigan's unique property tax structure is the X factor to this equation. Let's start with renting. In 2026, the average rent for a 3-bedroom home in a desirable Michigan suburb is hovering around $2,200. On the surface, that looks like a fixed cost, but it isn't. Historically, Michigan rents increase about 3 to 5% annually. In 5 years, that $2,200 payment becomes nearly $2,600. And over a 10-year period, you've spent over $300,000 in rent. And your net worth from the expenditure is exactly zero. However, renting has a hidden advantage: liquidity. You aren't paying for a new furnace or a $20,000 roof replacement. In the short term, specifically if you plan to move in under 3 years, renting could be a good choice because it avoids the high entry and exit costs of real estate. Now let's look at buying that same $350,000 home. With 2026 interest rates stabilizing, your principal and interest might look attractive, but in Michigan, you have to watch out for that uncapping of your property taxes. When you buy a home here, your taxable value will reset or uncaps to the current market value. This can cause a significant jump in your monthly payment in year 2. Let's run those numbers real quick. Your mortgage principal and interest, around $1,950. Taxes and insurance, about $550. Maintenance reserve, 1% rule, about $300. So you're in for a total monthly payment of $2,800. At $2,800 a month, buying looks more expensive than renting a $2,200 home. So why does everyone say buying builds wealth? It's because of the phantom gains. Every month, a portion of that $1,950 will go towards your principal. You're essentially forced to save money that way. Plus, you get the Michigan market appreciation, which, while not as explosive as 2021, it's steadily trending at about 4%. So where is this break-even point? This is the moment where the cost of buying, closing costs, interest, and maintenance are finally outweighed by the benefits, the equity buildup and appreciation. In the 2026 Michigan market, the break-even point is currently sitting about 4.2 years. If you plan to live in your home for under 3 years or less, you may want to keep renting. That 6% commission that you'll pay to sell a house combined with closing costs will eat any equity that you've gained. But if you stay in the house for 7 to 10 years, that gap can be massive. By year 7, the homeowner has typically accumulated over $80,000 in net worth through home equity and appreciation, while the renter has simply just paid $200,000 towards someone else's mortgage. This is how that wealth gap in this country is created. The 2026 Great Reset doesn't mean that houses are cheap. It means that the market is predictable again. And if you're looking at Michigan real estate as a 5-year play or longer, the math heavily favors buying. You're locking in your housing cost while the renter's cost continues to climb. But I want to hear from you. Are you seeing rents drop in your part of Michigan, or is the uncapping of the taxes scaring you away from buying? Drop a comment below and I respond to as many as I can. If this breakdown helped you make sense of the market, hit that like and subscribe button. We're tracking the Michigan market every single week to make sure that you're making the smartest financial move possible. I'm Ryan Maceri, and we'll see you on the next one.